What's going on, fam? Welcome back to the channel. You can tell by the title, I'm barbecuing some ribs, so let's jump right into it.
What you say now? What you do now? T&Lee, and we back with the crew now. Crab shrimp, and you know we review now. Cooking up all this real nice food now. What you said now? What you need now? Look on screen HD now. Go ahead and subscribe, join the family. T&Lee is the place to be.
Alright, y'all, so this is my slab. I paid $2.21 for 2 slabs. This is the brand. So I got in my water, I'm gonna pull it out, and then we go trim off any fat, but these look pretty right. So you guys go see me when I trim off the little excess fat and add seasoning to it. But this is the ribs. Alright guys, so I got a bowl. I have all of my seasonings. I'm gonna be making a rub, so I can rub onto the ribs so they can smoke and make a good bark. So this is gonna be all of the seasoning I'm gonna be using. What I'm gonna do is mix all of my seasoning inside of a big bowl. I like a lot of garlic, so use whatever kind you like. All the seasonings I'm using has no salt. So the first one was roasted garlic. This next one is accent. Right, there we go. Now keep coming back and won't get rid of it. Alright, let's get that in there. Alright, accent. Next one is gonna be garlic pepper. Next one will be regular garlic powder. Got paprika. And then last but not least, there'll be some seasoning. Alright, you're gonna take it. You're just gonna stir it around, blend it up. Just blend. Alright y'all, so now it's time to deal with the ribs. I had 2 that come in this pack. So here go one. Slab of ribs. Second slab, one is bigger than the other. This is the big one, this is the little one. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the little one to the side. So I can go ahead and dress up and work on the little one first. So what I like to do is look for the excess fat, and I just like to trim off excess fat. Make sure that you got a sharp knife. Set it off to the side. Alright, first thing I like to do to mine is this piece, this little back row piece right here. It gets tough if you leave it on because it cooks at a different temp than the rest of the meat. So what I do, I just cut it off and I cook it separately. And if you cook this piece here right, it'd be tender, the most tenderest part of the whole rib. So that whole piece right here is really tender. Alright? So what you gotta do is take the silver lining off that. And I'll get to that in 1 second. Let's set that off to the side. If you want some really delicious ribs, you gotta treat the meat right. You can't just get out there and just cook it. So just trim off any excess fat. I'm gonna leave a little fat on there because you want that to render off. Alright, and the easy way to get the silver coat, the silver lining off is, first let me go ahead and let me do this. Let me go ahead and box these up because I'm gonna take these tops off. Alright, let's take these tops off. Take these rib tips off. And all this stuff get cooked differently. This part will be tough as well if you don't cook it separately. So this is the tip, rib tips. All right. We'll keep trimming this up. Leave out little pieces, good pieces. All right. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's perfect. Leave all that on there. All right, so now let's get rid of this silver skin, because this right here will make your rib tough as well. So let me show you. If you can see from where the bone is and right here, you see that little piece of skin? Okay, we'll hold it down a little bit, sorry. So from where the bone is right here, if you can see, that's like a skin. We'll take that skin off. So what we'll do is we'll make a nick in it so I can get a fork and just like that, and we're gonna pour that off. That's what you. Alright, you wanna rip that skin off. You wanna take that off. You don't want none of that. So you don't want none of this. You don't want none of this skin. You just want to get most of that thicker part off. If you can see that skin anywhere, let's move on. Find it anywhere on your meat, you want to get it off. Definitely get it off. Get to it, get your hand on it, rip it off. Alright guys, so now that I showed you how to rip that silver lining off, so it's gonna look like this, it's gonna feel like this, and that's a pretty good rib. So off to the next part. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one off camera so we don't have to sit there and see the same thing we already saw. So I'll be right back. Alright y'all, so I came outside real quick. I'm still on this side so you had a light. Came outside, I got some wood pellets in here. Just sit this on top of that. See that fire? Let's sit the wood pellets in an aluminum foil pack. Right on top of that. And let that start going. So that's gonna start going and start smoking up something. Let that do its thing. Add a couple more coals on it. We're gonna be ready to start throwing them ribs out there. All right, y'all, so it's time for the next part of this cooking video. So what you wanna do is get you a napkin. You wanna dry off your ribs. You want them to be dry as possible because you want to make a bark on these ribs. You don't want none of it to slide off. You don't want to do any of that. All right, dry that off. So I'm using Bounty. Bounty is supposed to be drying extra hard, right? I'm gonna dry them up. Alright, so you finish drying them. That's one. So it's gonna be a little messy. So that's one. So once you finish drying them, now it's coming the dry rub part. So you can take your dry rub, you can see it going on there. You wanna cover the whole thing in this dry rub. So I didn't use anything with salt in mine. So if you guys do not use your own salt at your own leisure, because you don't make it salty now. Don't use a lot of stuff with high sodium in it. I'm using stuff with no sodium to low sodium, so I can make a flavor. And you don't have to always have salt to do so. Alright. See that dry rub on there? We're gonna rotate. Alright, there we go. Alright, this is how you're supposed to do this. Leave no turnable, no spot unturned. Want a full flavorful rib. Alright, these sides up in there. Alright, cool. Alright, even get the bones. Cause these gonna be bone sucking good, yeah. Alright, once you covered your full rib, you're gonna let that marinate for however long you want to you know. I like to really marinate mine for like a full day, full 24 hours. But if not, you know, give it an hour or two, a couple hours. If it's on the fly, give it an hour. You know, otherwise you can still barbecue like this, but you want that to sit in there. When it sit in there, the longer it sit, like 24 hours, that flavor's in there. So half a day is definitely gonna be flavorful because it's gonna be flavorful now. All right, so off to the next one. All right, y'all, so once you finish with your dry rub, you just get you aluminum pan like this. You're gonna go ahead and place your slab in there like that, like so. Sit it off to the side. If you got another one, go ahead and do the next one. I'm gonna go ahead and do my next one. All right, y'all, so that's the end of all the seasoning. So we seasoned both slabs of rib. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here with his little brother. All right, so that's the seasoning of both slabs. Next thing you know, we're going out on the grill. We'll be back. All right, y'all, so as you can see, my bag of whatchamacallits are ready. I go ahead and take them, just dump them out, just like that. We'll take that, just a little foil off to the side. And I got all that extra fat. Just throw it right in there, just like that. Go ahead and put my coals up, just like that. I'm gonna be back out in 1 second to add them ribs. Alright, y'all, so I'm out here. I got the coals where I want them at. Just like that. I'm gonna lay them bone down first. Close the lid. Let that fire smother out. I'm gonna let it ride out around 375, 400 for about an hour. Pull them out, wrap them up, and then you go see what it's doing. Make sure you watch your fire. Make sure that you keep an eye on it. You don't want it to go over and scorch the ribs too soon, but you want it to create that bark. So be careful, mindful of what kind of fire. Yeah, just keep an eye on it. Be back. Y'all see me late night, smoking up the block. Oh yeah, and look what we're riding at. You see the temp? There's a little watermark in there, but you can see that temp. Oh yeah, it's doing its thing. Oh, and I want to make a correction too. It's not 375 to 400. I'm doing it at 275 to 300. I'm doing like that, heavy smoke for the first hour, maybe hour and a half. Rotate them, and then I'm gonna go ahead and light smoke it the rest of the way. So I want to keep you guys posted. Smoking ribs, barbecuing, it's a time sensitive situation. It's not how fast can you cook it, how good can you make it taste. And that's what we're doing here. Stick in now, we gonna see the end result. All right, let's pop it open and see what we got. We'll make sure everything going as planned. Oh yeah, y'all see it? Oh, y'all definitely see it. Y'all, I'm so excited right now the way that smoke is cooking. I got a bonus to throw in here. I got some wings that I seasoned up. And we're gonna throw these on there and we're gonna smoke these as well. All right, y'all, so now it's time to bring these ribs in. This is what it looked like. I went ahead and moved them uppers already. So yeah, that's what that good smoke, classic oak. All right, so I moved them up, they're smoking. So now, it's been an hour. I'm going ahead and wrap these up in aluminum foil. Let them go for another 30, 45 minutes, and then they'll be ready to serve all nice and juicy and tender. Let me show you one thing real quick, what you need to look for when you're doing your ribs. Let me move those little pieces off. When you get that rib, you see that bend? You see that bend? You want it to bend like that. If it's still stiff, it ain't ready for you to do anything to it. All right, so I'm gonna grab these ribs, take them inside, and I'm gonna take you and I'm gonna show you how I wrap them up. All right, y'all, so taking the ribs off, putting them in the pan, grabbing these side pieces off, put them in the pan. This is it, coming off the grill. I'm gonna wrap it up so I can tenderize it. All right, guys, so this is my aluminum foil. I usually use 2 pieces, put them down side by side, kind of staggering each other. I grab a rib. I place them face up, like that. Grab them. All right. Fold it. Again. Fold it. All right, that's one. Grab another one. And another one. Put the rib down, like that. Grab them. Pull this one up. That. One side, to the other side. All right, then I take these out to the smoker and I let these smoke for about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And then it'll be nice and tender on the inside, on its own juices. And then it's time to eat. Right, y'all, so I actually forgot a step. A step I forgot is pretty major depending on how you like your ribs to come out tasting. So what I'm gonna do is I like to add brown sugar on top of it. So I got some. We just go caramelize right on top of that. I'm just gonna do one of them like that. The other one, I'm gonna leave it without any glaze on it so you can see the difference. All right, y'all, so the ribs are off the grill. All right, here we go. This is the one with the glaze. Can't even stand it up straight before the bones start to tear out of it. It's hot. Alright, so we finished. We'll get something like that right there. These ribs is a lot thinner, but you can see the juices. You can see the juices coming up out of there. All right, guys, so that's it for this video. If you want ribs like this, go ahead and follow those steps. And till next time, guys, I'm out. Peace.